Hey y'all, Steph here from Southern Sky Tea and Garden. It's going to be a little shorter video, but I just wanted to share a little update on my strawberries and a patio update. I'm just going to flip the camera around and show you what's going on. Hey Cash, Cash, are you ready for a quick little garden tour? You're just being nosy, aren't you? Cash, Cash, what you doing? He's been a very good garden dog. And of course he's drinking water out of the garden pots. That's why we don't put any fertilizer or any chemicals in our garden watering pots. He enjoys to come out and drink from them. There he goes. So these are my strawberry plants. It's not a ton of them, but they are doing so good. And if you have followed me, and please subscribe if you don't follow me, but I had posted a strawberry video of where I was showing how I transplanted a lot of these strawberries from this area over here. This used to house, right in here where we're doing a new patio, used to house all my strawberry pots. So the ones I just showed you used to be over here along this edge, and then a lot of them were growing over here and along here and all in the ground, and I dug them all up and wanted to preserve them and move them into the pots. So what I did was I took a whole bunch of them, and I also use like alfalfa pellets that are like horse food, and I get it from Tractor Supply. Added that to the soil, and then moved those transplanted strawberry plants into these pots, and they are doing so good. Look at that beautiful strawberry. I mean, it's like a little work of art. It's so sweet. And when I've eaten these strawberries, they are red on the outside, red in the inside, like true through red. And they are just delicious, because I buy so many strawberries from the store and they're red on the outside, kind of red, and then you bite into them and they're white. But no, oh no, these strawberries are delicious and red through and through. Look at those. I've got to harvest these before the birds get them, but I just wanted to share with you all how good my strawberries are doing, because I'm so proud of them. Let me look in here. There's some, you can kind of see one over, oh, you can kind of see a couple in there that are growing and doing so good. And I'm trying to protect them. I use some of our gate netting, little fencing that we get from Lowe's. Took a couple of the pieces because we're removing it from other pieces of the other places within the yard, and so I put them over here to have a protectant from the birds. They still get in them because there was a couple places over here where I found some little strawberry remnants, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the birds got it. And then I will also use this little trick that I saw on Instagram or YouTube of somebody like painting red rocks. I shared a video on that a while ago. So those are all red rocks, and they kind of fake the birds out, because they'll come over here, peck at your strawberries, realize that they're rocks, and then they just kind of move away and think they're just fake. So see there, you see a little peck in that one though. Oh, that's unfortunate, but I'm still gonna eat that one. I'm still gonna leave it on the vine to let it ripen, but I just wanted to share with you how well all of my transplants are doing. And I just want to do more. I recently ordered some green stalks because of all the sales that are going on, and I'm gonna add more strawberries to those green stalks that I ordered, and just kind of enjoy more strawberry harvest. And look at the little babies over there. They're so sweet. That one's just green still, ready to ripen. Got more down in here. Oh, here's a little delicious piece of loveliness down here. Whoops, let me get it and show you. I mean, strawberries are just a beautiful fruit. It's why there's so many, whoops, let me get it, the leaf out of the way. There's so many pictures and artwork that are done with strawberries because they're just so beautiful yet delicious. Oh, it fell off. So I'm gonna have to eat this one, but it's so delicious. Look at that. Oh, it's so sweet. So I just wanted to share with you how well they're doing, and I highly recommend the alfalfa pellets. I use them throughout my garden to germinate things. Oh, there's the potatoes are going crazy over here. I shared a video previously of how I transplanted these potatoes that I had going in the garage grow station and how well these are doing. They're just doing amazingly. There's my strawberry again, so sweet. But I'm just so happy that they're thriving. Don't you just love as gardeners when you try to nurture things and they just start thriving and you don't know if they're going to do great or not, but then they start doing great and you're just so proud. They're like your little children. And again, they, like I said, they just start thriving and growing and producing their fruits, and you think, I'm just taking good care of you. That's why. It's like we do with our dog, Cash, and he's around here somewhere. But anyway, he usually makes an appearance in a video a couple times, but he's probably inside. But, you know, again, we just try to nurture our garden like we would our children, our pets, those we love. And when they start thriving and growing, we just think, wow, we've done a good job. You know, we've done a good job. But it's also due to God and nature and the rain and the weather, and things are looking so beautiful right now. I've still got to get all my transplants in today, but I just wanted to hop out here and show you how things are going and how lovely things are. And it just gives me such joy. That's the snap peas over here, and they are just doing wonderfully. Lots of snap peas going in there. And the sunflowers, oh, I can't wait for the first sunflower to burst open. I'm going to be sharing that with such joy and such pride, and, you know, not too prideful, but, you know, just such joy. And all the lovely wildflower mixes I had going with daisies and the little petunias that I love with the heart-shaped pattern in there, and all the beet greens, and oh, I don't know. You know, now I'm gonna have to start pulling stuff, and stuff is starting to flower. If you see that one right in there, it's starting to flower now. But these were all beets and radishes. That's it. I was trying to think of the other one I planted in there. Beets and radishes. So they just went from these little flowers to these big, amazing plants. And it's funny how we'll always think that. We're going to be like, we planted this. Is anything going to happen? Is it going to grow? And then you give it a couple weeks and you come out one day and you're like, wow, what am I going to do with this now? So I think with the beet and radish greens, you could fry them up like we do. We'll just like toss them in a skillet and add them to eggs, soften them a little bit, add them to salads. And then I've got all the cilantro going over here that's going to flower. I just can't help it. I tried to cover it partially from the sun, but there's some lower leaves in here that, you know, aren't flowering. But I'm going to try to freeze a lot of it, harvest it. There's a whole plant right there that hasn't gone to flower yet. I've got other cilantro in pots and some other areas in beds in the garden that it hasn't flowered yet. And I've got my flowers going there. And then today just to share real quickly, and then I'll close out this video. But I went to Lowe's, and I always share, I get my sweet potato starts from there, and I think it's about like $5 or $6. And let me lift this out of here. $5 or $6, you get all these starts in here. Just pretty amazing. I know I could start them myself. I never have. I've never just sat them in, you know, inside the house. And once I've harvested, you know, let the vines continue to grow. But they're very reasonable from Lowe's, and that's fine. You know, so many sweet people work there, providing jobs for people. It's a good, reputable company still. And so I still support them. And the Lowe's that I love to go to in our area, like I said, so many sweet people. That company is providing them jobs, their family food on the table. So, you know, hey, what can I say? There was a woman there today trying to give me my birthday coupon, and she was working so hard to try to make sure I got my discount. And I was like, that's fine, that's fine. It's all good. And there's some other plants I got. I got a shishito pepper plant from there. So I'm going to put that in. I didn't start any shishito on my own, so I just thought, well, you know, there was a little bargain. I found one that had 2 going in there. I'm going to plant that. I've got an additional basil, and I've got even more basil transplants going around here that I'm going to put in. See, there's another cilantro that hasn't flowered and has another little wildflower going in there with it, and the chives that have blossomed. And I'm carrying around this strawberry that started to stain my hands, so I'm gonna, oh, I just dropped it, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna eat it right now. Oh, it's so delicious. There you go. And when I do eat them in the garden, I throw them right back into the pot. There you go. And I know it will continue to seed itself over the years. Oh, look at that gorgeous spinach, y'all. Oh my goodness. And I just can't wait for the first sunflower blossoms. And I'm going to step in here because I've got more basil going that I did from seed. Little spider web there. Again, more basil, some purple opal basil. And that spider web is going to come out of there because I do not like spiders, y'all, at all. But there's my volunteer nasturtium back there. Some more spinach going. More spinach going. And another vine that I Googled it the other day. I'm just not sure what it is, so I'll share that later when it starts becoming. But it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. And here's some other transplants that I shared on another video that I had to put in. I have not put them in yet, but I've got rosemary, thyme, basil, and I actually did a tomato plant because I just grabbed one since I was there. I'm trying to think what variety it is. It is, oh, a husky cherry red. So I'm going to put that in, find a spot for that. And lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. And of course some mint. And I have plenty of seeds and things I've started from seeds. And I always share that what I do is I'll get a transplant. It's fine. Grab your transplants if you're not wanting to start everything from seed. Like these were all peppers from seed. And now they're volunteering themselves and coming up. And I'm just very excited. And then I'll add my other peppers into this bed. But you all do what you got to do, you know? Just do what you got to do. And there's the sunflowers. Oh my goodness. And like I said, these were all sunflowers from seeds that we had planted previously. And so I just go out and I sprinkle the seeds down. And I mean, I'm not kidding. Every single seed germinated. Crazy. Just craziness. And over here, ooh, this got a little pest pressure over here. But I believe this is a potato plant coming up. I'm going to have to Google it again to see what it was again. Can't remember. Unless it's a sort of kale or something. Or a radish. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But because that's the potato plants. I've learned over the years of what things are by their leaves. Oh, you know what? I think this was like a parsnip or something coming up here. Something like that. It's a parsnip or radish plant coming up. But it seemed to get some bug infestation in there, which is fine. It's fine. I don't use any pest control very much. I mean, I'll do a little neem oil with water. And even then, I find that I have to spray it very later in the evening so it doesn't burn the leaves. But even with neem oil, I've had issues with it burning the leaves, so I try not to spray very much at all. I find a lot of times when I hose hand water everything, even like in the summertime when I was growing squash, like all the squash bugs would come upward because of the water going downward. So then I would just have my gloves on and be prepared to squash the bugs by hand, because I don't really want to use any insecticide in my garden. I try to keep it truly organic. So there you go. So pretty, so pretty. These came back. I don't even think I planted these wildflowers, but they are so unique and I can't remember what they are. I Googled them one time, but they're a wildflower and they just started coming up in this kind of like green stalk knockoff that I got from Aldi's one year. And I just let it happen. I let it happen, and wow, it comes back like gangbusters. And this other plant I planted in here, it was from Lowe's, like some sort of like, kind of almost like a little succulent green plant. The flowers will come up and then I'll Google it and remember what I planted. But a bunch of them volunteered again from last year, and that was very enjoyable. I'll see there's one that's got a little bud on it. Oops, there we go. It's got a little bud on it there. But they were very pretty. And they started coming back. I mean, that's what I really love about my garden. It may not be huge, it's not big, but things that have grown in it before start coming back, volunteering themselves. I mean, I have a gazillion tomato plants going. So I'm just letting it happen this year. This is going to be the year of the volunteer garden. So I will keep you posted on what's happening, and we'll enjoy it together. And then lastly, I'm just going to close out the video by just following up on the butternut squash plants. And there was one that volunteered itself. There's a sunflower that volunteered itself. And the other ones I started from seed in my garage grow station and put them out here, and they're just doing great. And then those are some zinnias that I planted over there. And I love my little froggy that I put in, and he's with his marigolds. He's so sweet. He was from Aldi's also. And every time I get like dried marigolds, I just spread the seeds down so they keep going all year round, and they really do good. They just start transplanting themselves. I have, not in this, oh wait, in these, yes, I added some additional marigold seeds, and you can see they're coming up in here. This was like a little marigold seed that I put in here, and they start coming up on their own, in addition to what's already planted, because these were planted from, store-bought transplants. But I love this variety, so I'll save seeds from it so they can get going next year. And that's my blueberry plant. See if I get some blueberries going. I'm probably going to have to move it into a bigger container. And I didn't cover the other side of the bed where I have a Meyer lemon going, but it's going very well. It hasn't had any flowers on it right now, but it's probably got a little warmer. This is very, very early May right now out here, and it started getting kind of cold again. We're actually kind of having like a true kind of spring, cool spring out here versus it getting so hot all the time. So that's what's going on with our weather right now. So it's a good time to get out these transplants. And then, again, I keep saying I'm going to close out the video, but just give you all an update that there hasn't been a tremendous amount of progress on the patio build out here right now, but they're smashing down the extra gravel. They've laid down some metal pipes for additional stabilization due to all the rain we get out here. Here's all my pavers out here. It's so pretty. It's called Bellegarde Savannah. Very, very pretty. Here's what they've put down just so far. And so you can see how, you know, just nice it blends in with the house. We have a very, we have a brick house that has brick on all four sides with a little bit of siding here and there, but mostly it's brick. But we picked out a tile or paver tile that would go with it. And this seems to just be a fantastic match. So we're very excited to get this done. And then I'm going to share with you all the shopping I do for my patio furniture, which we're very excited for. And then right over here, we had just like a weed garden always going. So we're taking down the fencing that I shared with you that was here, that we felt like was a little bit country. But we don't really need it because our dog Cash kind of stays out of this area, and I mostly just plant my tomatoes in here. Like these beds he doesn't bother with. So we're going to extend the patio out to this orange line that's out here and kind of curve it with the trimming brick that is that gray brick. And that'll go all along the exterior edge of the patio and trim it out really nicely. I'm going to accent with some gray pots, umbrellas, furniture, cushions, etc. And we're just looking forward to getting it cleaned up and nice and having a more aesthetic area to share with you all. And love my garden, love everything we have going in it. And that's the other bed where I have like a bunch of lettuce going. I can share more details on that later. The greenhouse, the trellis, and the other canopy like type covering I have going over there with the squash. And I'm going to try to zip that up in the summertime to keep the squash bugs out. The herb bed. And then we'll get cucumbers going over here like I have in the past. Right now there's like a bunch of volunteer tomato that I'm just letting it happen. So there you go, y'all. Gonna come around here and give you a last look at everything. And I'm just a little suburban garden in Middle Tennessee. And we just try to grow as much of our own veggies as possible and incorporate that with some protein in our meals and just enjoy our homestead out here. So there you go, y'all. Enjoy the evening and bless you all, and please subscribe and tune in for the next video. Push that or tap that bell on there that you'll get notifications on the next video, and really appreciate your patronage to my channel, and any comments and helpful feedback are highly appreciated. So there you go. Keep growing, y'all.